What is up, you guys? Your friendly neighborhood Boon Slayer here. Welcome to episode 1 of Creep Speak. This is a game.
Man, fuck that shit.
Pardon? But yeah, this is supposed to be like an horror game of sorts. I don't know. A guy posted it on the Let's Play subreddit, and he said, "Anybody want to check this shit out?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'll check it out." Yeah, sounds good. And it's episodic. It's an episodic game, and this is episode 1. The deputy, the gigolo, the artist, the boy, and his dog. Sorry. All right, so we're gonna start the game. I have no idea what the fuck are you? Hello, my children. Hello. My brain is melting. I am the sweet creeper. Good. Today I will tell you a story. Welcome to Creep Speak. Trademark. You prefer to stay and dance? Okay. Alright, cool. Yeah. Dance! Feel the rhythms, child! Quiet down now, please calm yourselves. Alright. For the premiere of Creep Speak, trademark, I will bring you a tale of a family. A father that wants to provide, a mother that wants to inspire, a boy that wants to grow up, and a dog along for the ride, because why not? Dogs. Deputy, the gigolo, the artist, the boy, and his dog. Yeah, I saw that on the other screen. The deputy, the gigolo, the artist, the boy, and his dog are playing Monopoly in room 216A, designated for supervised visits? Are they in a prison place? Question mark? The artist and gigolo are the boy's parents. The deputy is supervising the visit, and the dog is a Shih Tzu, always leashed at the boy's side. Okay. Oh, I'm guessing the artist is not in jail, but the gigolo is, because prostitution is got it. It is illegal. The artist chooses the thimble. A tool for creation. You're a tool for creation. Nice image. Is that taken in the 70s? Looks like it. The gigolo chooses the top hat and the creepy narrator returns. A powerful addition to any suit. Sir, you should at least be wearing a top hat. The deputy chooses the boot to kick all the ass with. A boot on the ground is a service to the community. I would have just gone with to kick all the ass with. The boy chooses the dog. Not a Shih Tzu, but it'll do. Naturally, the boy is obsessed with dogs. He's a little bit too interested in dogs, if you ask me. It's September 23rd, the boy's 13th birthday, but the parents don't remember. Oh. They have seen their child once a week under the deputy's supervision for the last month, following the policies and procedures outlined in the Handbook of Extreme Dubstep. Obviously. The Policies and Procedures Handbook for Supervised Juvenile Visitation, Edition 3, Revision 1. Why is the child having to get supervised visits from his parents? Was he like taken away from the house because they could not support him? Questions need to be answered here, Mr. Narrator. The deputy is the frustrated case managing officer. A tall black female who polishes her leather shoes daily to keep the reflection of the fluorescent light shining. That's what she wants to do. to kick all the ass with. The only item in the entire station as polished as her shoes is the leather holster securing her revolver. So she's very, very meticulous. I'm getting that. The artist is an art. No shit. Game over. That's it. We're done. That's it. Even though that was the best line that has ever been written in any adventure game whatsoever, I think I should just keep playing. She paints and draws and occasionally sculpts. She spends her days searching for inspiration, scouring magazines and news articles. Well, naturally, as artists are wont to do. She multitasks, consuming as much inspiration as possible while she smokes cannabis or hashish. So she likes to party, is what you're telling me here. She likes to partake in the marijuana. Both Schedule 1 controlled substances, the deputy would add. Actually, they're technically the same thing. Actually, I don't really know that for certain, but I'm pretty sure that under police jurisdiction, they're classified as the same type of thing. But they are both, but that would make them both Schedule 1 controlled substances. But I don't think they're technically a different substance. Shut up, Boone! You're informing the people that you have no idea what you're talking about. If the deputy had adequate evidence, she could and would have the artist convicted of juvenile endangerment, drug possession, and intent to distribute. Because... Wait, where'd the intent to distribute come in? Why? Okay. Yeah, the deputy is very meticulous, I get that. But intent to distribute? That seems like a stretch. That seems like a big stretch. I don't know. The gigolo just wants to pay the bills. He hasn't been arrested under statute RS 34.2. I don't know what that is. Please explain. Prostitution. He's a gigolo. Why didn't you just say prostitution? You could have just said prostitution. I mean, I would have gotten it. Because of a series of legal loopholes and paperwork given to him by the sheriff, the deputy superior. I like how anytime they're explaining legal terms, it just switches over to the deputy. The deputy resents this fact, but she may not violate chain of command. As such, she may only file a complaint about the sheriff to the sheriff. The artist, inspired by the paradoxical loop. Before I continue. Fucking Internal Affairs Department. But whatever. I might be looking too much into this, but Internal Affairs Department. Police have them. They're actually something that lets you not have to file complaints late. Anyway, let's do. The artist painted the chuckling cuckold. I'm not sure I want to know. And the giggling gigolo. Which would be the father there. The boy has been silent since the case opened. The deputy claims his silence is caused by neglect and abuse. The child will never be the same. I can see your point of view, but let's see what the other point of view is. The artist ponders, if it's a statement about our culture's obsession with communication, the gigolo doesn't care. Of course not. So the deputy is obsessed with law. The artist is obsessed with overthinking everything. And the gigolo doesn't give two shits about anything. Got it. I just want him to talk again. Oh. So actually, he doesn't really care why the kid's not talking. He just wants for change to happen. He wants action. He doesn't care about meanings as much. Okay, I'm starting to get this game a little bit. Is this a game? I'm not sure yet. I haven't seen any gameplay yet. The boy has not spoken to any of them in the past month, but he talks to his dog every day. He doesn't understand. Why can't I live with my parents? He doesn't get it. So to him, what his parents do doesn't seem bad at all. I get it. Monopoly was the gigolo's choice. He loves money. Money. It's the only thing I understand. We get it! Money! It's your thing. The deputy complied. It is approved under Section 36.C, approved visitation activities. It's a freaking board game! Also, we get it! You are obsessed with regulations! To the point where you have the exact sections that indicate whether or not you're allowed to play Monopoly during visitation, covered. The artist always saw oh, let's see what the artist thought about Monopoly. Performance art on the evils of capitalism, which is true. That's actually the intention of the original design of Monopoly. She's ruthless when she plays. Of course she is. Because she gets the art. The boy thinks they are avoiding their... What? The boy thinks they are playing Monopoly to avoid talking about... Okay, now you're introducing a new element here. What? He thinks Monopoly is the distraction to avoid talking about the man with clown makeup ravaging his mother in the middle of the night. Go on. The gigolo would say. He is right. But doesn't know what the boy is or was thinking. The gigolo remembers the ropes around his wrists. He remembers being tied up in that chair placed near the edge of the bed. What? What? He remembers the clown makeup oozing on... Ugh. That just... The boy wouldn't mind talking about the rape. He understands. People do bad things and people do good... Okay. We're getting a little bit more grounded now. Because the boy's like, yeah, people... Not everybody is good. But not everybody is bad either. Which seems a very realistic way of doing it. This is a very mature child. Everything evens out. If it didn't, it'd be like Monopoly without the banker, and that's just silly. Forgive and forget. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go forgive and forget. Certainly if you met the person who did this, you would not be going forgive and forget. I don't think that would happen. But I think it's fine to just move on with your lives, don't dwell on it. I think that idea is correct. The person holding back the conversation is the artist. She doesn't like discussing negative aspects of her personal life. Being raped by Ronald McDonald is probably something not worth talking about most of the time. I'm trying to make jokes, but I can't make rape jokes. I'm having trouble making rape jokes. I really need to get better at this comedy thing. Because I'm having this much trouble making jokes about rape. I'm sorry! Ours is about the world suffering, not my own. Well, actually, art can be about the artists suffering. I know quite a few pieces of work that are about the artists suffering. But let's not go there. The deputy will sometimes discuss case details of the family, even if it goes against protocol. Oh! We know how deputy feels about that protocol now. I know. I'm sorry? Well, you probably dealt with, like, rape cases before, so that's probably how you know. The artist is the only player that actually knows all the rules. When she plays Monopoly, she is strict, much to the chagrin of the deputy? Who I would expect to be the strict one. What is going on here? It's just a... You should be the... What are you doing? What is... I get what you're doing. The gigolo always loses because he trusts his wife, even if it seems like she's cheating. What's the time to argue about Monopoly? Well, at least he's still very much in character. A month ago, none of these people had played Monopoly together. A month ago, the artist had never been raped. She had roleplayed 60... I don't even know what 71 is. What the fuck is Tiger Lily? What is what... I'm not a prude. But I don't know what this stuff is. I'm pretty sure that I shouldn't be showing it on my channel. Months ago, the gigolo was freelance, was self-employed, and didn't use any pimping agency. He offered his services at competitive and fair prices, primarily using Craigslist. Yeah, seems to be a good way to go about it, I'm sure. Moving on. Whoa, what? Marketing is everything. And if you can avoid overhead costs, the office, the website, the advertising, the packets, the taxes, you can profit instantly. That's true in a lot of cases. He has a valid... This guy seems like he's very much a businessman. He's all business. A trending fetish of void in the marketplace arose, so Gigolo took advantage.
I wanna fuck your girlfriend while you watch.
The fetish was cuckolding. That explains the name of the other. Yeah, it was popularized by a rap song called I Wanna Fuck Your Girlfriend While You Watch. And the radio edited I Want to Love Your Girlfriend While You Watch. I'm pretty sure the radio would just not air it. Based on what I've seen from radio, but yeah, seems like if they did do something like that, they do. Yeah, about that obvious. The artist was and is deeply offended by the change in meaning. Well, I can understand that. The gigolo cuckolded multiple clients, including the sheriff, earning 500% increase in revenue. Fantastic. The next step is expansion and special... I don't want to know. Do you have a cuckold the clown? I don't like where this is going. Was the question that would take him to Park Place and Bold Boardwalk decked out with hotels? Is he the one who owns them? Also, what? Why are you bringing up the clown again? He found the cleanest cut gentleman of the night for his clown partner. So astoundingly parfait, he offered to let the clown audition with the artist. A quick injection of inspiration, a gift. The clown snugly tied the knots around Gigolo's hand and hands and began his Oh, wait a minute. The clown opened pen. Really? The artist shrieked like she does when she lands on free parking. Why is she shrieking for landing on free parking? Technically, according to the official rules, free parking does nothing. The official rules state that free parking does nothing. She would be shrieking because that would mean she would be playing with house rules. If she strictly enforces the rules, I would not think that she would be one to allow house rules into the picture. But, you know, the Gigolo thinks she cheats anyway, so whatever. The Gigolo loves seeing the artist smile, but it wasn't just a smile. He'd made a mistake. He let emotions get in the way of business. Business. Why can't I make it? Oh, I see. They're jealous. They're jealous. He sat helpless. He sat a cuckold. The truth is, it wasn't a rape. It was a lie. It was all consensual, and the Gigolo was angry. But he wasn't supposed to be angry. I'm supposed to be in control. Business is simple. Clock in, clock out. I don't let business control my emotions. The artist, with gobs of makeup staining her face, found ecstasy. Then the boy with the dog on the leash. No. Where the Little League slugger came up from behind and swinging once as hard as he could, cracking the skull of the clown. His head lay on the floor, clumps of blood and makeup polka dotting the seat. Well, it's just twisting and turning. Lovely. But the deputy only saw the aftermath. The derelict parents and an innocent child tied together by forms, certificates, and family photos. The deputy only heard the tear-jerking performance of the artist recanting the tale of the boy as a knight, shining in the darkness, rescuing her from the hands of the evil clown from the land of circuses. Or the land of French fries! The deputy knows about the deviant sex. She suspects foul play, and she wants the Gigolo to go downtown. Not in the sexual manner. Thank you for clearing that up. It's turning into me reading it, and that's fine, because I think some of my reaction to what's going on is helping. But, you know. She knows how that child feeds and walks that dog by himself. She knows that boy does well in school and could amount to something instead of being in arrested development, hindered by two monsters, one dice roll from go directly to jail. Liking the puns. She remembers seeing that boy sitting on his bed with a dog on his lap and a few tears in his eyes. It's okay. Everything will be okay. She remembers holding that boy and waiting with him while the parents were interviewed. The boy told her every detail, cold and heartless. A boy in a loving home with a good mother would never talk about these things. The boy remembers that night too, and he likes the deputy. He loved being held close to her tits and listening to her heart pound. Told her about the rape. He thought she enjoyed all the details about that home run. So now we're getting into how the boy is fucked up. She told me it was okay, and all... Dang it. And all I could think was, do all hot chicks talk this much? He remembers wanting to leave with the deputy. He remembers the first night in the facility sitting with the dog. The deputy is kinda hot, don't you think? Don't judge me. You judge yourself. The dog has no perception of time. It lives eternally rounding the board, pass and go. He looks away from the group, waiting for the chair to slide back. His signal to get up and follow the boy, or be dragged along with the two. He'd probably prefer to just go ahead and follow along, instead of being dragged everywhere. Woof. High quality dialogue. A number one. Best in the country. The deputy's position for prosecution is simple. We prosecute, we execute. The death penalty is not 100% appropriate for, some crimes. I'm sure people would argue what crimes are appropriate for death penalty, but I'm pretty sure most of the time it's a jail sentence. So she's uneasy about the current case. She suspects the boy is confused about his actions. She should have filled out all the forms a month ago. The sheriff, in exchange for oral tap dance, trademark, lessons, made it the deputy's responsibility to clear the boy of any wrongdoing. Oral tap dance? Trademark? I don't want to know. She waited, hoping a state-licensed therapist would deem the parents unfit and save the boy's life. That's what she wants, yes. Unfortunately, these sex-addicted freaks will get their child back today unless they can find a reasonable suspicion to arrest that pervert gigolo. No one would leave a child in care of a pot-smoking painter. Okay, fair enough. Gigolo moves his piece 2 spaces from luxury tax to go, and asks the artist about when the player actually collects the $200 from pass and go. Go is limbo. That's the boy's life, sitting on go with a dog leashed at his side. None of the 3 adults care about what he wants. Although the answer to that is that when you land on go, you collect the $200. It even says on the game board, when you pass or land on go, collect $200. But yeah, it doesn't seem like anybody gives a shit. All they care about is control. It's so obvious. Dad wants me to be rich. Mom wants me to meditate. The deputy wants to be my mother, but I'd rather she be my girlfriend. I want to be like my dad. So you want to be rich. The artist senses something in the tone of Gigolo's voice. She looks into the Gigolo's eyes. She looks deep. She sees the pupils slightly dilated and the facial muscles tightening. Okay. Anger. She remembers this look because it frightens her. It's human expressionism. It's raw. You can't fake it. I should be doing the voices. Whatever. She remembers that look on her husband's face. Clenched teeth. Pain. Had she seen the boy's face that night, she would have noticed relaxed facial muscles, displayed teeth, and fully dilated pupils. Pleasure. Oh. The dog barked loudly, shakes running through his little body. This upset the boy. The three adults began making suggestions for how to quiet the dog. The boy slowly massaged the Shih Tzu. Why aren't we talking about the rape? Well, maybe you guys aren't, but I've been talking about it for a while now. The three adults stared at the boy, then at each other, then back at the boy. The gigolo faked a smile. He's not a murderer. He just can't be. Fine, I'll start. I didn't mind taking my slugger to the side of the clown's head. He was a threat, so I took him out. I would do it again, and perhaps a third time, but I might have to buy a new slugger at that point. It's pretty lame to use a stained bat. Right. You did a good job, son. You saved your mother from a rapist. Yeah. Did he actually enjoy killing the clown? Ooh, now the questions come about. Ooh, spooky, scary. Play the song, Barry. Alright, go play a song. Are you aware of the self-defense statutes in our jurisdiction? No, please tell me. Self-defense statute? It's this one. This one. It's on screen now. That's statute. The boy muttered, trying to play it cool in front of his crush. Aww. Darling, your role! Talk and roll! What if the person wasn't a rapist? Wishing she had time to revise the statement for a more climactic effect. What if this man in the bedroom, who you thought to be a threat, was actually a consenting adult named Cuckold the Clown, not a rapist? The boy had come to realize from talking to a state-licensed therapist that it's good to be honest with your feelings. It was pretty cool to see how the blood and makeup made those dots on the floor. The gigolo asked with his hand covering his mouth, "Do you remember the sound your mother was making?" She was screaming. Sometimes there's a limbo between pleasure and pain. Like landing on go! Yes. Like the analogy that was presented before. Good. Except it's not limbo! Did you know this clown before that night? Any previous contact or relations? The deputy pieced together her case. Sorry, my dear, we don't speak to the police about family unless you are looking for an escort. What's your fetish? You're a fucking genius, dude. She is clearly a lesbian. You can tell by her haircut and those shoes. Oh! Burn! I'm never doing that again, I'm sorry. No one in stock this week, but I have been looking at market expansion. The lesbian demo might be the perfect zag. Who talks like that? This is an inappropriate discussion. There's a child at the table. Actually, I agree with the deputy here. Not because there's a child, mostly because who talks like that? I don't mind. I'd throw you some D. Lesbians are sex. What am I reading right now? What? My thoughts exactly. The deputy said as if she were being accused of murder. Her? Son, I love the confidence, but you're being too aggressive. Women don't want to be treated like Baltic Avenue to toss around and trade. Give them the Kentucky Avenue treatment, then renege from there. Okay. That's why I love you. This man gets it. I don't need to control him like hotel construction schedules. Those can be a little bit difficult to manage with Monopoly. You know, once you start having that monopoly in that place, you know, you gotta build the houses and hotels properly, or else you're not gonna get anywhere. Good gameplay right here. You are a child. Well, pardon me. I'm 28 years old. I don't think you could really realistically call me a child. The deputy shouted back, breaking policies and procedures simultaneously. Excellent. Never disrespect a woman with one-letter innuendos. Make sure you use the entire word. Girl, sounds like you need to get laid, am I right? The boy taps her foot with his. The family giggles in unison, not realizing sometimes life isn't all fun and games. Sometimes even fun and games go too far and awaken things in people that they shouldn't. Oh. The deputy notices a scuff. Oh. You have the right to remain silent? She wraps the shackles around the gigolo's wrist, tightening them behind the chair. Okay, that doesn't seem as scary. What in the hell do you think you're doing? Gigolo stands up and yells, his facial muscles tighten and frighten the artist. You are a filthy whore, disgusting gutter trash, you're going to jail. You can't arrest someone for that. Sorry. And just how will the sheriff feel about this? Hoping his voice will be heard down the halls, hoping to frighten the deputy. The establishment is the enemy of the state. You hippie. You hippie. Wishing she had the chance to revise her nonsensical interjection, but then loving it all the more for its mistakes. Really playing up the strips. The deputy feels powerful. She feels her job finally has meaning. She grabs the gigolo's bicep and forces him down into the chair. She feels the strongest urge to lick her lip. Ooh. Wow. It's his role, deputy. Uncuff him. She sees the first bead of sweat, the flaring nostrils, the pupils, the slight tongue lip of the lip. The deputy is aroused and slowly reaching for her revolver. I don't like where this is going. The artist said, stop. But knew the dice were already in motion. Sexuality and perversion are her greatest inspirations. Oh boy. Dice already. I like it. Arousal permeates through her art, flowing like a rainbow-colored monies. She dives over the table at the deputy, knocking over the board and the boy. Deputy keeps reaching past her revolver and in between the gigolo's legs. The boy watches helpless. He feels the sensation of becoming a cuckold. Oh! I don't understand why anyone would pay to feel like this. He watches his soon-to-be friend with benefits hook up with his father and mother. A menage a trois. He watches the deputy's tongue tornado the gigolo's face. He stands erect. This is getting slightly inappropriate. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about this on the channel. He sees his mother massage the Gigolo's head. The dog stands up to avoid being dragged. Gigolo sees his son coming for the revolver, but is paralyzed in pleasure. The boy snags the revolver and points it towards the deputy, his body stiff and arms extended. He cocks. Back to him. What did you think? If I can't have you, that doesn't mean you can rape my dad. He pulls the trigger, striking the deputy in the temple. The deputy's body falls to the ground at the feet of the artist. The artist searches her inspiration banks for something, some story that justified murdering a police officer. She imagines the guards rounding the corner, taking her boy again. The decaying deputy. She was trying to kill us. We all saw her reaching for her revolver, and you saved us again, darling. Actually, the deputy did start reaching for her revolver. That did actually happen. I read that. That happened. That happened. So she's actually telling the complete and utter truth. The clown wasn't raping her. It was consensual. The gigolo cried out. His sobs felt like a bursting pimple. Gross. He wasn't a rapist? If he wasn't a rapist, does that mean I killed an innocent man? The artist slowly backed away from the gigolo. The boy stared into his father's eyes, searching for any hint of a lie. The boy knows he is different from the gigolo and the artist, but he's not sure why. The boy holds the dog tight. He wonders if the clown ever had a dog, or a mother, or a father, or some French fries. I'm going to keep making that joke. He wonders if the deputy knew how much he loved her, and how sometimes you have to destroy the things you love. This is getting there's that creepy again. He thinks he could explain it all if someone would just listen. And that boy today is me. It's me. Just kidding. I don't tell cliched bullshit. Good! Until next time, my children, this was Creep Speak trademark. And I hope you guys enjoyed that too. That was a bit more of just a visual novel with pages turning. Thank you, Chris Sweets and Travis Turner and Ross Kramer and Sweet Creeper. Thank you all for this lovely object. And they will be putting out episode 2 at some point. You know, it was a good story, but there wasn't really a whole lot of gameplay, which is fine. I guess, you know, it's more of a storyboard. It's more of a story with visuals, which is fine. I've seen a lot of things that are essentially that in the past. And it seems fine for what it is. I wonder if there's like more choices to this. But anyway, that's going to be all for this time. Until next time, this is your friendly neighborhood Boonslayer. Signing out. I forgot. Feel free to beat up the like button if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, feel free to leave a comment telling me how much you hate me. And don't forget to subscribe for more stuff. Until then, this is your friendly neighborhood Boonslayer, signing out. Bye!